Alright, so last time we did anything on the channel, we were getting ready for the season, the deer hunting season, which was supposed to be a whole entire kind of process of deer hunting, trying to find good deer and whatnot for the 2021 deer hunting season. It was a bust. It went horrible. It was pretty bad. You're probably right in the sunlight.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it didn't go great. It was a massive failure. The biggest failure on the channel, because I devoted 3.5, 4 months on it, and nothing came of it. Every deer that got shot didn't get videoed. So that's a really big failure. Now previous to that, there wasn't a ton of fishing content because, well, little white boat decided it was done. It locked up. She done for, and it was either repower, rebuild, or get a new boat. Now think about all those things where they're really expensive to do, and I didn't want to do any of them. As summer turned into fall and times changed, so did life. Number one, we got a new boat. Number two, I got a new baby that isn't this boat. Like there's an actual infant. So that's a big change. So that's going well. My time in the outdoors hasn't been great. It hasn't been a lot other than deer season. I haven't picked up a rod and reel in almost a year. The white boat blew up on me mid-turkey season, which was in April, I believe, March or April. And nothing really came from turkey season. Everything that got filmed for turkey season just got trashed. It was horrible. It was terrible. Every time, it's just like with deer hunting, every time I ever went out and killed something, I never had a camera on me. And every time I have a camera on me, I never kill anything. So we're gonna attempt to go back to what we know best, and that is catching fish. I mean, this is the winter project. I bought this boat like 4 or 5 months ago, and never did anything with it. I mean, it's set all of deer season. I thought about it. There's a lot of things that need to be redone to it. It's a good boat. It's a 20-foot nitro. Walk this way, we'll look at it a little bit. This is a Nitro Savage 896. This is a 20-foot bass boat. On the back of it, it's got the Nitro Edition Mercury 200 EFI on it. Don't know anything about this motor. I heard that they're really good, but there's a few things that need to be fixed with it. I didn't do any of my research with this. I should have, checked the motor over, but I figure worst comes to worst, this is a really good hull with a very bad motor on it. Now, the way that I'm looking at it, whenever you see it underneath, it looks like this motor wasn't used barely, like at all. Like it never got any use whatsoever. And from the stories I've heard, it really didn't get used either. So we've got that, which could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing because you're supposed to run these things. These Mercuries, they like being ran hard. So it doesn't look like that's happened with this motor at all. And hopefully I'll be the one to do it. I'd like to get quite a bit of life out of this engine if we can get it fixed up. There's a few things that need to be checked over. I've never done a compression check to it, which is the first thing you do whenever you buy a boat. Check the lower unit oil, see if the seal's messed up and if you're catching water. And yeah, just a lot of things. There could be a lot of issues that I don't know about. There could be a spun prop. Dude told me it had a fuel problem. I think it's a fuel. The guy I bought it from said it's a fuel pump. I think that it's either injectors or some of the hoses. It looks like it has new hoses on it. So whoever had this boat before me definitely tried to get something done with it. Now another thing that I've noticed, I ran this boat one time. I got this boat to start one time. Don't know how I got it to start one time because the throttle cable's right here. I don't know if that's a reason why maybe it has a fuel problem. Maybe it has no throttle and there's no gas. Like, I don't know if that's, what could be happening to it. Dude had a starting battery and a cranking battery hooked up together, which you don't do. The trolling motor on here is a 24-volt system, so you use two 12-volt batteries. Now, you link them up in a circuit of sorts, and yeah, it gives 24 volts to the trolling motor. Thing is, they hooked up the trolling motor battery as a starting battery, and then a starting battery to a deep cycle, which is a trolling motor battery, together in a circuit. So deep cycle is supposed to be able to take, I guess layers of electricity all at one time and be slowly used over time. A starting battery is made for just one big, startup. So in this case, the guy has a battery that's supposed to use a lot of power tied together with a battery that's not supposed to use a lot of power, and then he's draining a lot of power from one that's supposed to be really slow. It makes perfect sense if you know what I'm talking about. If you know about boats and batteries, then you understand what I just said. But essentially, that's That's exactly what that is, Chad. I'm gonna take the time to bleep that out because it's exactly what it is. Another issue that it does have, for sure have, that needs to be checked out is this boat has hydraulic steering, something none of my other boats have ever had. I've always had cable steering, and right before the white boat blew up on me, I literally redid the whole steering system for nothing because it locked up the day I took it out. So, oh, and I was fishing a tournament to add insult to injury. Now, for some reason, this lock nut, I believe this was a locking nut, is gone. Don't know why. Don't know what the point in it was. It's a problem. This is a project, right? This is very much something that's on the mind. You know, I got the baby now. I got everything I think I want. Got the camera. The only thing I don't have is I'm not back on the water yet. Need to get back on the water. It's been way too long. And there's a lot of things that need to be updated to this boat too. Taking off the Lowrance and the Humminbird off of the old white nitro, the good old white knight. We're gonna put them on here. We're gonna add a live unit up here. I think we're gonna put the Garmin up here, depending on how things go. Not really sure. 4-Trax, the Minn Kota 4-Trax is going up here. This is only a 70-pound thrust. I'm gonna put an 80 on it. Probably needs 110 because it's a 20-foot boat with a 200 on the back. Gonna have to redo this. The winch definitely needs to be redone. Got to put actual chains on here that hook to my vehicle so I don't have to be scared all the time when I'm driving. That's got to be fixed. But it does have the rub rail running lights, which I'm not even sure if those are Coast Guard certified lights or not, but they might work. I mean, I don't know. I figure nobody's going to say anything anyway. And if it doesn't work, it's got this old dinosaur that I guess is just there. I think it's just there. It doesn't come off. We're going to do a full tour of this boat because everything's kind of changed. That every boat has, whatever you want to call them. Those are broke. Glad I just bought 2 more for the white boat that I never even got to use. That's cool. We got all the storage I'll probably ever need in here. It actually looks like fairly dry storage too, that's neat. Haven't had the greatest of dry storage. And then, let me put this back real quick. This is for bad days on the water, guys. I'm telling you, it happens. You ever bass fish? You fish Kentucky Lake, you know what I'm talking about. It's not even legal to drink and drive on the water here in Tennessee. I don't know why that's in there. And then, God bless. You know what? It's fine. We don't have to open this side. Problem, right? You can see I have a collection of leaves here. Pretty great.
It's a great collection.
One thing I don't like about this boat, and Chad loves, is the seat right here. It's just one big, it's a 2-person bucket seat. I'd rather just have like a step here, but I actually thought this through and put a step, which is convenient, I guess. But I'd still like, I don't know, a step about that big, make it a cooler, something like that. Chad's mad that it doesn't have a second console like the white boat had, and I'm not going to complain about it, and I don't think he is either, because, I mean, he gets a free ride on this boat, so there's nothing to really... You got this lock box that I don't have the key to. I can't get it open, so it's there. You got a fancy cup holder that's twisted, it's sideways, Chad. If you ever put a drink in here, it's going to be like this. We got storage in the back, just like every boat. Dude, it's even got one of these for your rods that you'll probably never freaking use a day in your life. We got your normal storage right here that I'm not going to take the time to open. 2 live wells. I don't even know how big the live wells are as I fall out on my own boat. Never actually looked at it. As you can see, some squirrel has made this their home. For some earmuffs, because we're going to play with those, I guess. Let's see if these will even open. Oh God, there it goes. Yeah, man, wow, that's a lot deeper than I thought it was. Dude, I could hide my kid in here. Think about it, man. It's hot in the summertime. Kid gets kind of, you know, babies, man, they retain heat and whatnot. Just put on her little life vest and just toss her on in. It'd work.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's fine. Everything's fine, man. My life is fine. We got a throttle system right here that, we got a throttle system.
Not even hooked up, as you can tell.
It's in shambles. The trim doesn't trim down. The motor doesn't go down. You have to go back there to turn it down. For what? Did I just say that?
I guess.
I did. I said turn down for what? What else we got going on here? We got no graphs, which I've got graphs to put on here. Very big, spacious front deck. I think me and you will be able to fish up here together once again, unlike the white boat, which, you know, I didn't even have room to stand on sometimes. So,
he fell off it a few times. It's pretty good.
Yeah, we've taken a tumble or two. So like I said, it's a little bit of a work in progress. It's quite a bit of a work in progress now that I'm actually sitting down looking at it, because I've had it for 5 months and I haven't actually, this is the most I've looked at it, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I tried to fix the throttle, that's why it's laying there. But yeah. So that's kind of a life update slash boat update. Not a lot's changed, but at the same time, everything has kind of changed. Everything is life strange. Oh, one more really neat thing. We got those tandem axles now, and the cool thing about this trailer is it's currently chocked by my old rotor. That's about the coolest part about this. So anyway, full size, pretty good looking boat. I mean, I don't see how it looks as good as it does. Like, that gel coat is not faded from the sun very much. The only thing that is faded is, it's not even really faded. I mean, that's kind of just the way it looks. It's got a little bit, might have a little bit of oxidation, but it ain't really bad. It's got the oh shit bar for Chad, because you've never rode with me in a boat that has 200 horses with it. This thing will fly. I'm telling you, this is a 70-mile-per-hour boat if it's loaded right. That's pretty much it, guys. That's where we're at with life right now. I don't know what's going on. Everything is completely flip-flopped from how it was a year ago from right now. So this is where we're at. Hopefully everything goes well and we get back out on the water again. Turkey season's coming up. I'm gonna try to film that, but y'all know how that goes anyway. It never goes great for old Ken, I'll be honest with you. But you know, we'll still go out and kill some stuff with or without a camera, I guess. But yeah, man, that's my boat crib. Y'all got to get out.